Alrighty, so we arrived yesterday around 10 p.m. at our destination in the middle of Latvia in a proper rural countryside, as you can see. Going forward after this video, we're going to also do a test how well the charging on the Škoda box or the three-phase box goes, just to see if you can actually charge at home this without any issues. But now to the basic facts. So we traveled 2 days, about 34 hours in total, which is about, let's say, roughly 5 hours more than what we usually do with our gas-powered car. 1,827 kilometers. The charging was in total 398 kilowatts. That's what the car used to get to here. The total cost for this was 113 euros. So that's about half, or even more than a half, less than what we would have paid for our Kodiaq we had before. And as far as the car goes, I have to admit, besides the initial issue of the sunroof not closing, which was fixed in Warsaw at the station, which we managed to fix then, the car performed flawlessly. The map system and the system in general of the car is still not very intuitive, and it's very much, I think, outdated. There must be better ways of designing the system and making it more fluent and user-friendly. But in general, everything was working. There was no major mistakes. There was no errors flashing up with service systems or anything. Everything was working. The display was working all the time. It didn't shut off once. Probably also because the heat never reached over 32 degrees. It seems like the display issue is actually a heat problem. But besides that, car ran normally, no issues. The suspension is working beautifully on the Latvian roads, especially if you have the adaptive suspension. Consumption was great. I think e-cars are the future, and what we did here proved that you can actually go also long travel in Europe, especially if you charging is an issue. Before you figure it out, you need to get the basics right, like Google actually the country, which applications you need to use. Sometimes it's very troublesome and hard because it's in the local language. Once you figured it out, it works. So our experience after having the IONITY app and the Czech app and the Polish app and the Latvian app is, once you have those, everything works. There was no issues whatsoever. So in total, I think we're pretty happy with the car, how it's going. The bugs, the software bugs, need to be ironed out, and since it's a new car, which is barely on the market, I'm expecting there's going to be a couple of software updates coming in the future. But that's pretty much it. Great car, great driving conditions. Software needs to be looked at by Škoda also a little bit more seriously, because right now they're just focusing on the chassis and how the car looks. So software is a big one. And that's pretty much it from us. As I said, we're going to do another video on charging on a three-phase and a Škoda in a farmhouse. And afterwards we're going to also do a video, a summary video, once we drive back from Latvia to Slovenia in about a month's time, what the experience is once we actually know where and how to charge, and if it's any faster and any better. Thank you very much for watching. Any questions, please ask us in the comments. More than happy to answer.
So here is a summary in numbers. As Chris already mentioned, the total distance we did was 1,827 kilometers, and it cost us 114 euros when converting from all of the local currencies.
Okay, to follow up on what Chris just said, I also wanted to mention that one thing we noticed, there are not that many electric cars out there on the road yet. Means we had no issues in any of the charging stations with having to wait too long to be actually able to charge the car. Everywhere we drove up, the chargers were free. We plugged it in and charged. So obviously waiting time and the drive was longer because we had to wait for the car to charge, but not in a single destination we actually had to wait for someone else to charge free up the charger for us. So that's great. Isabella, how was your trip?
Really good.
Had fun?
Yes.
What was the best part?
The audiobooks.
The audiobooks. You were listening to audiobooks on the way?
Yes.
Okay. And how was the car?
Really good. There was enough space for my toys and my stuff, and I could easily charge my tablet.
You were watching cartoons on the way?
Yes.
Okay. And how was the charging?
really good. Then we got ice cream.
You like that? Okay. Anything else you want to say?
Yes. In Latvia now available cukurgailīši.
Hannah, you also want to say something?
Yes.
What did you want to say?
I did like my trip, and
You liked your trip?
Yes.
Yes. What was the best part?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Okay.
And puppy.
And your grandma and grandpa. Okay. Good.
That tractor.
And they have a tractor. Okay.